You might know the name, the tape, the stars, but you don't know Moses Moody, the brother, the son, the Arkansan. Meet the future hog under the first hoop he ever shot on, and know why.
It's time. Man, I just grew up around here. My dad used to work here, and he's real close with Keith Jackson and Keon Nicola and his two kids. All four of us, me, him, and my brother, we all just grew up around here playing around, shooting, and playing football outside, because back when I was younger, I played a lot of football. It actually started with me playing football, and my brother played basketball. So I was the football player, he was the basketball player. So he really influenced me to just go and stick to basketball after I started getting older. My brother, he was definitely a constant competitor. I played against Miles almost every day. If it's in the street, we just trying to get past each other. We just always competed. It was almost impossible to beat him. But I never stopped. He would never let me stop. My dad would never let me stop. Took a lot of L's, took a lot of losses, but I finally got to the point to where it becomes competitive. And then he really prepared me. Just going against competitors that might seem like they're bigger, stronger, or whatever. I'm used to that. I'm used to playing somebody that I'm almost intimidated by. With my brother, so I'm not intimidated by anyone anymore. When I was younger, I was really a Razorback football fan more than ever. Back when we had Joe Adams and Dennis Johnson, that was my team. So that's when I really became an Arkansas fan. So then I started just being a fan of the school, period. I watched Bobby Portis win, and so I just grew up watching that. I played my last football game in 6th grade. That's when I finished football, but I actually probably figured out that basketball was gonna be it for sure. In the 4th grade, I played for the Arkansas Magic. That was my first AAU team ever, and I went to the Hawks. And that's when my dad started coaching. We were just picking up guys from around the city, whoever wanted to play. We really just went out and played. My basketball career really started to get serious when I started going around the city, winning a lot of games, and we won the state tournament that year. That's when it really started picking up and going full speed. It was definitely a journey, my high school career. It was almost like God took me on this path on purpose, going from Parkview to North Little Rock to Montverde the way it was, because at every step I learned something else that helped me for the next level. At Parkview, I came in as a freshman playing with some of the top players in the country, with Khalil and Javon and CJ, and I'm sitting there taking a back seat and competing against them in practice.
Hey!
Not playing as much in the games.
Moses Moody throwing it down.
Having to score with limited minutes. And then I go to North Little Rock the next year, and then I'll have a bigger role, just playing with the team that we had, and we were able to win the championship. I'm in the game all game. We compete, we going at it, we going to battle. And I would say it's just me chasing competition. In 10th grade, we won the state championship. I was the MVP, so almost like we hit a ceiling right there. So now I'm just out here looking for the next competitor. Then I go to the next level, go to Montverde, and we're playing national schedule. So that's when I want to compete against national competition. It was definitely a sacrifice. I sacrificed 2 years at home, but I felt like the benefits outweighed what I was sacrificing. So now I go back to my freshman year to where I have more of a role that I have to fit. But at the same time, I have to pick up from the North Little Rock times and have that same grit and able to play a full game. And that's why I feel like it's a stepping stool, because each level prepared me for the next. And then me going to Florida, it's really me getting away from Arkansas. I had an easier path here, being Miles' little brother. With me following up after him, he created this legacy throughout the city, but going out to Florida is a completely different path to where I'm out here by myself. You can either sink or swim. My junior year, that's a different team than I played on last year, because that's when I was really trying to find my place. Started out the year with an injury, so I sat out the whole preseason. So I was already behind on plays, on everything, so I had to really work my way up with the team that we had. I'm able to play with other great players. That's a skill that a lot of people lack and nobody really pays attention to, because when you get to the NBA, everybody's great. When you're in high school, you might be the only great player on your team. So it's a different game. And I feel like I've always been in the iron sharpens iron space. So when I was younger, it might not have even been iron sharpening iron, because my brother was iron, his friends were iron. I wasn't iron yet. It was molding my iron. And now that I'm iron, I'm able to co-compete against other top players. So when I was at Parkview, it's iron sharpening iron. I'm younger, and I'm competing against other really good players. So same mentality, same in North Little Rock. And then definitely at Montverde, because practice was ruthless. We was in there going at each other, just competing every single day. And when I say every single day, I mean no days off. I was thrown into a pool, you can either sink or swim, because if you take a day off, your spot can be gone that quick. With basketball and the path I'm on, it can get fast. Everybody's telling me how good I am all the time. You're going to be this, you're going to be that. But my dad's really there to keep me level-headed, keeps me motivated, and tells me there's always work to be done. You know the cliche saying, there's always someone else working somewhere in the world. And that's true. And you never know when you're going to meet them. Personally, I just don't like feeling like I'm being outworked. If you outwork me and you beat me, then you deserve to beat me. I don't deserve to win if you put more work in. It's just simple as that. My journey at Montverde was more than just on the court. My team was more than just a basketball team. We're a family off the court and then on the court. And nobody on the team is really from Florida. We're all from different parts of the world, so we're all coming there together. My dad and mom always joke and say that I can go all the way across the world with no money because I have people that can look out for me all over the world, because Montverde has students from 93 different countries. And then I'm having to argue with kids from all over the world how good Arkansas is. Come up with plenty of facts that they never heard. There's a lot of talent in Arkansas that goes unnoticed because it's hard to get exposure from Arkansas. Well, in Montverde this year, I caught an alley-oop dunk and dunked on somebody. And then that video went viral, it blew up. It was on every social media site you could find. But my 10th grade year, I went baseline and reverse dunked on 2 people, and the only person that recorded was my mom. But when you're here hooping on the backcourt, nobody really sees it. I didn't anticipate that it would be that much of a difference, because when I'm at home, I feel like I'm not just necessarily a homebody, but at the same time, once I got that far away and time started to pass, I realized how much I missed home. That has something to do with me wanting to come back home and go to school. You know how they say if you love something, then let it go, and if it comes back, it was yours in the first place. So I feel like me leaving home really brought me closer to home, because I was missing home, I was missing my family. And then, I haven't played here in about 2 years. I want my people to see what I've become away from home. Growing up in Arkansas, you definitely gonna see Razorback stuff everywhere. You're gonna see Razorback fans everywhere, so it's like instilled into you. And I really didn't even notice how much of an impact it had on me until I moved away from Arkansas. It gave me this sense of home, and I'm defending my home. It was just a compilation of many things, with the family, with the coaching staff, with the other guys going to, with the environment up there. It's just plenty of things that played a part. I could tell that Muss was really genuine and just a real dude. Throughout the recruiting trails, it's a lot of people out there just telling you whatever you want to hear, but he wasn't necessarily doing that. He was telling the truth. He will sacrifice your feelings just so he can tell you the truth, and I really appreciated that.
I don't care about a popularity contest, and you're going to become a better player. You got to go harder to be a better player.
And then just knowing his journey, just knowing he's been through and he still fought and stayed on track. He took the time to really get to know me as a person. And then what he built in Arkansas this year with a group of guys that he never recruited, he didn't know before he came here, and what he was able to do with them, that shows all that I need to see. I feel like when I committed, that option went out the window, because when I put my name on something, I make it a point that I want to fulfill that. It's almost like a promise. So I feel like now that I've actually officially signed, now it's time to get to business. That's when you really got to put the tunnel vision in. I'm not worried about the media. I'm not worried about this or that. It's just me on the court every day in the weight room, just trying to get bigger, faster, stronger, and prepare, and to help my team be successful. Like I say, I'm always chasing competition. And I feel like this is the highest level of competition that I can compete on right now. Therefore, I'm excited for it. I have played against nationwide competition, so I know what the best looks like. And I feel like the guys that we have aren't anything different than the best that I've seen anywhere else. I feel like this group that we have coming in has all the pieces we need. Vance having the size that he has, an ability to shoot, with Jalen Tate being able to play offense and defense, and then just knowing what KK brings to the table, playing with him so long, and then Devo with his length, ability to shoot the ball, ability to score, and ability to pass. And then Jalen brings everything else off the boards. He's able to stretch the floor, pull up shots, pull up mid-range, and he has a great IQ. With my brother, being my older brother and being a pioneer, I'm going up the street to play with guys that I've been playing with or against my whole life. Those are my big brothers that's up there already, with Desi and Isaiah and Ethan, and guys that I've always been in the gym with, just not big enough to get on the court. Now I'm big enough to get on the court, so I'm just looking forward to that. We're all shooting on the same hoop. We're all playing on the same floor, so we're just knowing with the coaching staff we have and the team we have, why not us? It's going to be great just having my family being able to come to all my games. It's an experience that I feel like I missed out on, but I sacrificed it, and now it's time to really get that time back.
Yeah. Oh, you got a good pass, Miles.
Watching games in the Bud, it's a crazy atmosphere, and I can't wait to play in front of all those fans. Going away, we're going to have this brotherhood to where it's us against the world. Like I might get a dunk, and nobody in the crowd says anything, but my whole team is turning up. That's the brotherhood that I want to be a part of.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3, family.
My high school journey was very unorthodox. I didn't have a smooth seat, so a lot of people didn't go through what I've been through, and therefore I feel like my end product is battle tested. I mean, I'm a basketball player. I don't necessarily have a set position that I have to do. I'm just willing to do whatever it takes to help my team win. I want my basketball career to elevate me to a level to where people listen. Because I want to be able to help my community, help everybody around me, and I feel like once I get to a certain level, everybody's going to want to listen, and I can tell them what I have to say.
If you had any message for what people can expect out of you, whether they're Razorbacks fans or not, this coming year, what would it be?
It's time.